Assyria to punish the nations around, but then they went beyond their charge, because their intent was not just to punish, but to destroy. And I'd like us to contemplate that, because we often experience persons who have authority and responsibility that sometimes they can overextend themselves and make situations worse. And so we need to apply that first of all to our own selves with respect to how we exercise our own authority, especially when we are called to make judgment and take corrective measures in a particular situation. How do we go about it? Do we go about it in a self-righteous way? Think that, I am better than, and therefore you are in the wrong, and I'm going to make sure I'm going to squeeze an ounce of blood out of you, so as to ameliorate, to correct the situation? Or do we recognize that what that God requires of us is a restoration of justice? Especially for us as Christians who are persons who are exposed to revelation, God's will, and we recognize that the way in which God administers justice is not to destroy, but to restore. And so as Christians, when we are faced with a situation that needs a corrective to be ameliorated, that the way in which we go about it is not to put down condemned persons, to exclude them, to write them off, which so often we easily think that this is what justice demands. But what God's justice means that I must restore the situation to what it should really be. I must help this person to become what they should really be. I should assist this person to participate and contribute in the way that they should. And not to say, well, because you have failed, you must be excluded and must be punished drastically as a result of this. I often like to make us an association of what we do as Christians in our private life and in our own communities with respect to what happens in the world around us. I don't even have to go too far with respect to the administration of justice and corrective actions in our own nation. As a police force, security forces face the challenge of the heightened criminal activity, sometimes they want to take justice into their own hands. And they want to kill. And sometimes we agree with them. Because the boy, things go out the bad. Just like that man that was caught after the slaughter, that is accused of slaughtering that 3-year-old child. The police, fortunately the police, the night court said, bring him to justice. If the police had not intervened, maybe when those people caught him, they'd be so filled with wrath and anger and feel vindicated to damage him. Because that's what it would be our approach. He has done such a wicked thing. He must be punished. And for us, he must be brought to justice. He must be brought to be confronted, to come to a realization with what he has done and allow the process to unfold. But so often, citizens want to take things into their own hands, and the police want to take things into their own hands, and they will just make situations worse. Because, we often, when I was in Waterhouse, and there was a murder, and then the family and the friends of the person who was murdered gathered together, I used to say to them,